Rosalind Elsie Franklin was born on July 25, 1920, in London, England, into a comfortably stable banking family. Her father wanted her to grow up and become a social worker, but Franklin excelled in science, and at age 15 decided that she wanted to become a scientist. She attended one of the few all-girls schools that taught chemistry and physics, and after graduating in 1938, she enrolled at Newham College, Cambridge, against her father's wishes. She graduated in 1941, and in 1942 she started working at British Coal Utilization Research Association. The work she did here was the basis for her doctorate, which she earned in physical chemistry from Cambridge University in 1945. After receiving her doctorate, she moved to Paris and began working at Laboratoire Central des Services Chimiques de l'État. She remained here from 1947 to 1950, and it was while working here that she learned X-ray diffraction techniques. In 1951, she returned to London to work at John Randall's lab at King's College. It was here she met Maurice Wilkins, whom automatically, because of her gender, thought she was a technical assistant rather than a peer. The two never saw eye to eye, and though both working on DNA, they led separate research groups and projects. Franklin was rather unpopular throughout the lab and gained a reputation for being disagreeable and rude to others for not seeing things her way. Despite the lack of support, between the years 1951 and 1953, Franklin came very close to solving the structure of DNA, after already solving a few of its riddles. She discovered that DNA crystallizes in two forms, A and B, and she also developed the method for separating the two forms. More importantly, she discovered that the sugar phosphate backbone lies on the outside of the molecule. Her most well-known contribution is the famous X-ray picture she took of DNA that led James Watson and Francis Crick to solve the mystery of the double helix structure. Though she doesn't receive full credit, she is responsible for the research and discovery for the understanding of DNA structure. Franklin wasn't bitter that she didn't make the discovery and moved on to study the tobacco mosaic virus and polio at the J.D. Bernal's lab at Birkbeck College. Throughout her years working here, she remained friendly with Watson and Crick, writing them often. She did this until her death on April 16, 1958, at age 37 in London, England. 4 years after her untimely death, Watson, Crick, and Wilkins won the Nobel Prize for uncovering the structure of DNA. Though they all gave a great deal of credit to Franklin, she cannot be cited as playing a role due to her death.